What's good, everyone? Today I'm going to be reviewing Ghost Rider from 2007. Now, I've seen this movie way too many times. I've seen it like 4 or 5 times now, and almost every time I watched it, I liked it a little bit less than the last. This time I liked it a little bit more. This time I watched the extended cut, and overall, I think the extended cut is better, but I'm not going to go out and say, oh, it's the definitive version. It's so much better. It makes the movie so much better. It doesn't. It's like it has a like two scenes worth adding about his dad's bike, and then adds like another scene with Sam Elliott that's pretty good. There's more stuff in it, but like that's like you give or take that. It's only like those two other scenes I mentioned that are really worth anything. So extended cut is a little better, but that's about it. Now I think the main problem in one sentence with this movie is none of the cool parts are cool. What do I mean by that? First off, everything kind of looks cartoonish with the way the CGI looks. It's very dated. Ghost Rider, like his flaming skull, looks goofy. The like weird demon faces that like pop up or like appear on the villains' faces for a few seconds, those look very goofy. They don't look good. Just everything looks a little bit too like soft and polished, a little too clean. Just because it's all CG, and some of it isn't bad. Some of it looks alright, but a lot of it is just like it just doesn't hold up. Next is none of the action is good. Like this is not even really an action movie. So there are four, kind of five villains in this movie. Really only four. So there's Blackheart and then his three henchmen demons. Throughout the movie, he fights the elemental demons, and whenever he does, he just figures out their weakness immediately before they even have a chance to attack him, and then he kills them. And it's like, well, there wasn't any fight there. It's just Ghost Rider goes, summons fire, and then burns up their soul, and that's it. And it's like, it's not interesting or cool. Where, the only cool parts of Ghost Rider in this movie are just like him driving his motorcycle down a building, and then once out in the desert, it looks cool. And like, that's it. And then, when you get to third act, like, it's alright, but it's mostly just CGI noise with all the spirits flying around everywhere. I also think Blackheart is just a terrible villain in every possible way. I mean, like, right down to his stupid haircut. I don't like the way he looks. I don't like his, like, weird CG demon face that pops up every now and then. And then just his plan is stupid at the beginning. Like, I mean, he's a son of Satan. At the beginning, he says, it's like, I have all of my father's strengths and none of his weaknesses. And the only reason that Ghost Rider can't defeat him is he doesn't have a soul to burn. So what's his master plan? Get the, contract full of 1,000 souls and like absorb them so Ghost Rider can kill him because he has a bunch of souls now. It's like you already had the unlimited power of Satan, and you want to obtain the one thing that can kill you. It's just stupid. It would have been like way more interesting if Ghost Rider used the contract as a weapon, and getting that was more of a subplot, and he was able to use it to put the souls into Blackheart to kill him, instead of Blackheart just doing it because he wanted to because he's an idiot. Then we get into all the just bizarrely like written characters, bizarrely directed characters, where Nicolas Cage isn't playing Johnny Blaze, where he wanted to play more of a normal guy than like a stereotypical cowboy slash stuntman, but that's what Johnny Blaze is. So you just kind of get this normal kind of weirdo guy who's drinking jelly beans and watching monkey videos. I don't think Nick Cage is necessarily the wrong guy to play Johnny Blaze, but he wouldn't have been my first pick. Like, it's just kind of hard to tell if he'd be a good actor to play the part, seeing as he didn't really. It's not really Johnny Blaze. It's some other character they made up named Johnny Blaze, who's Ghost Rider, because he just acts completely different. And it's a real shame how they just got a great cast, Nicolas Cage, Eva Mendes, Sam Elliott, and Peter Fonda as Mephisto. Great cast, and then great set of characters with, Johnny Cage, Carter Slade, and Mephisto. And they're all just kind of wasted because they get the characters wrong. I mean, Carter Slade's cool, Sam Elliott's great and everything, But it's like when you get to the cowboy Ghost Rider scene at the end, it's like the run through the desert. It's awesome, and then it goes nowhere. He's like, "That was my last ride. I can't go no further. That was my last ride." And it's just like, what? Why'd you waste it running? Like, you see Carter Slade, cowboy Ghost Rider on a skeleton horse. You want to see him fight demons, and then you don't get that. It's like just a huge waste. Like I said, I didn't like Blackheart as the villain. I think it would have been more interesting if you had Peter Fonda as Mephisto as the main villain. I don't really know what that looks like, but it looks better than this. The movie isn't all terrible. Like I said, I enjoyed it a little bit more this time than previous times. Ghost Rider is like just an inherently cool character. Like, he has like some cool moments. It's not all bad. They just had kind of the wrong idea. Not even the wrong idea. It was a good idea. They just didn't pull it off, I don't think. Where they were inspired by old monster movies. They didn't want it to be too serious. They wanted to have more of a slightly goofier tone, not be too serious. And that's cool. I like that. And there's like parts in this movie where it's just too cheesy or too silly or too overcooked. And they just never really get that tone right. Where it's just stupid dialogue or Nicolas Cage going insane, which, we all love watching Nicolas Cage go insane, but it just doesn't really work as well in this movie. Part of the reason why the monster movies that inspired this movie, more 1940s, like Universal monsters, Hammer monsters, or what inspired this, part of the reason they can be goofy is it's kind of partway like a product of its time. And when you have this more modern movie, it's harder to pull off. It can be done, but the way they were doing it, they didn't stick the landing. And there's something that I can appreciate. I definitely, would say, hey, go for it. I love that kind of movie. Make it happen. Do it with. I really won't say risk it with Ghost Rider. I think Ghost Rider deserves to be, what Ghost Rider is: more serious, more violent, more action. But if they had actually pulled off, trying to be more goofy, more silly, I would probably love this movie, but it just doesn't work for me. And I think they made the Ghost Rider movie that they wanted to make. I just don't think it's the Ghost Rider movie many people really wanted. With all that said, I'm going to give the movie a 6 out of 10. Like I said, there's a little bit of fun. It's not garbage, it's watchable. It just kind of fails on every level. So, that's all I got for Ghost Rider. Thanks for watching.